Well, hey, gamers. Happy Friday. That's right. We have reached the end of the week. I'm excited. Um, but good morning. Welcome to Blue Gamer Bluecast Morning Show. I'm your host, Adam Blue, 30 plus your video game enthusiast industry analyst. And today, for June 27th, 2025, I'll run through the latest gaming news, what I've been playing, stuff like that. Morning Ultronomus and JamCalX. Good to see you guys. Love it. Love it. Talking gaming every morning. It really makes the beginning of my day exciting. I love this stuff. So I feel like it's been a crazy week with news because it's not like video game stuff has necessarily been crazy. There's just been interesting things going on, but also in Gundam, like the Gundam Explain show yesterday. There's so much news, and I even forgot to cover an item. But there's some interesting gaming things to bring up, like for instance, Call of Duty Mobile. I saw the announcement, as a Gundam fan. Oh, there's going to be some Gundam operator skins in Call of Duty Mobile. Now, we got them in normal, traditional Call of Duty. What's different is the Call of Duty Mobile is a completely different game. And I think I played it before a few years ago, but it's like, hey, if I've got it, I've got it. Anyway, so I downloaded it yesterday, and I was actually super impressed with how it runs and looks, actually. It looks like a modern next-gen title, but I do have, a newer phone. That could be part of it. But the other thing is, trying to get the controller to work. So, I plugged it in, and then it's telling me to download the software, and then it wants to do this USB debugging, but wireless debugging, which is a pretty interesting new thing. Anyway, I could not get it to work, but there's got to be a way. I'll ask AI to assist me with that. But anyway, the only reason I wanted to then actually try it, I didn't mention this because originally I was like, I don't need to play Call of Duty Mobile, but apparently how they're doing it is it's a specific game type just for the Gundams, and it's supposed to be where they play more mech-like there's some thruster stuff that's going on with it. They have the specific loadouts, and it's a specific 4v4 matches, and there are 4 Gundams I find this a little more intriguing than what they did with the skins before, and way more intriguing than the Fortnite thing where it was like you were just playing Fortnite, but then there would be a giant statue that sometimes you would appear in and then can aim and shoot at. It should not have happened. They should not have done that. This seems more like a proper way to do something. So I'm going to try to get it to all work a little later. Hopefully I can report on that Monday. But yeah, let's actually get into what I've been playing. Bam. So last night I spent a lot of time on Sniper Elite Resistance. I'm on the last DLC mission. I'm about to beat it. This last DLC mission was an extra mission that it wasn't part of the roadmap, and they added it, and it's actually really good. I think I've been slowly, as I've played these, I think it's 4 DLC maps through this week, I've kind of unraveled like, oh, these aren't, you can kind of tell it's like DLC. I don't know how to say it nicely, but then as I would get deeper into these maps, I realized, man, they really put a lot of time and effort in these maps, and I spend my time going to all corners of the maps, looking at and sometimes just seeing the detail that's in some places, in terms of the way they do the wall and the cracks in the walls, or like, look, they put it's an interesting little thing I like to do that I can't really explain it. You would almost, it's not like it's OCD, but it's sort of that thing. It's almost like when it comes to space in a game that I truly appreciate, especially one that I can explore freely, like the Sniper Elite games, I then love every inch of it. Like, I like to look around and see and it's also the developer, even though, again, it's this Wushu Studios, under Rebellion. It's just neat to see what they're thinking, what they're adding, little things here and there. And that's another thing. This is like the 6th Sniper Elite game, and I think over time you can like refine a world and an atmosphere really well. And again, these Sniper Elite games have always been like that sub AAA, where they almost feel like they're not quite there yet, but they're still super fun, and they can focus on that aspect. Really cool achievement I got yesterday. Open surgery. Hit every organ at least once with a rifle. I got this when I hit an officer in the testicles. It was an accident, really. I was just trying to get him. He was running away. Isn't that sad? But Let's see, what was the other interesting one? Get a kill with 20 different weapons. Yeah, that's about it. But man, these missions are fun, and the one I'm at right now, it's the last DLC mission. Can't wait to beat it, and it's been fun actually. As I beat the DLC missions, it unlocks the other DLC stuff. So now I'm another character that was DLC with a hat that's DLC. All my guns are the new. So I just love this game. Came out in January. Went through, beat it. They released the DLC, and it's like brand new life into the game. Now I'm wondering if, and I did this with Sniper Elite 5. It's just I didn't do this with the Resistance as soon as I was done, is to go back to each level and get the rest of the secrets. So, I mean, it's a fun. Oh, and here's another thing. I just need to mention this. So I've been playing a lot recently, in the living room since we got the TV. So on the Series X, as opposed to on my PC. The game just looks so much better on PC. It's atmospheric. I think all the details, the draw distance, even the what do you call it? Not POV. There's a term for it, where it's like the camera zoomed out from your character a little more. Field of view, FOV. I feel more in that world, But on the Xbox, it's fine because it's still a treat. Actually, what I want to test is doing the cloud streaming. I should try that next. I'll cloud stream it through the Samsung TV, see how it looks versus Xbox. I need to try that. Okay, moving on. Warriors Abyss. I played some more. It says 37 minutes. Maybe that was all I played after. I played on the stream yesterday, and I played some more. I love this setup, and this game reminds me exactly of what was it. I got to look this up so I don't say it wrong. Raiden Nova. So Raiden from the Shmup series. Raiden Nova came out last year, and I was like, what? And it still plays like a shmup. It's just like an open level type of shmup. Actually, it even has like the boss. Anyway, what they've done is it's the best way to implement roguelike. Sometimes I see roguelike and I'm like, oh my God. But what they did here was they made the game feel like a standard game. It's just that when you die, like you would normally do in those old school games, just a few levels, you die, you start over. It's just then they implement those roguelike features. That to me is the way to do it. You make it a standard classic game. It's just that there's more that can come out of your runs. And let me go back with that Warriors Abyss. It has that feeling for me where I'm just having fun playing through a game. And what I also like about the achievement system, which I don't know if it's the same on here or in game, it's very helpful because it says like achievements, and then it'll be like you went through 5 levels of this, and I guess I would get the achievement once I hit the 7th level. So it's almost like giving you a guide. So it's not just, when I think a lot of games do this, as much as I like Dead Cells was this, where the game is one note and you're just repeating it over and over, and you either like it or you don't. Again, the thing with Warriors Abyss is it plays more like a standard game. There's a lot of options. There's a lot of characters. The roguelike nature is almost second nature. So good game. They did a really good job to make a side game within the Warriors franchise. I think more developers need to do this sort of thing. Like let's say if they made a Resident Evil sort of top down, where you enter a room and you might, and then you have to like redo. Like I feel like more bigger IPs could have these smaller games in between. Because we got the the Warriors Origins in January, which that's making me want to go back and play that more. Also, something that clicked with me in Warriors Abyss that I don't think clicked with me in other of the warrior type games, because again, it was the Hyrule Warriors that got me into that, but Hyrule Warriors had a lock-on system and a strafing. They now have that in Warriors Origins, but through playing Warriors Abyss, I realized it does make sense to keep track of the types of moves you're doing, because sometimes it's more about clearing quickly than just fighting. Or maybe it's just the character I was using in Warriors Abyss, but I realized like if I focused on moves that clear large enemies instead of just fighting, even though I want to just fight, but I was like, oh wait, this is about clearing quickly, maybe. Silver lining, he didn't have to live with that injury for long. Yeah. Let's see. And then War Robots Frontiers. I guess I didn't jump in yesterday. I thought I did. I might have jumped in and just not played a match. That's too bad. I just like that game a lot. I could see myself jumping in more. I think they're doing some things right now where you get extra stuff. Look at all the achievements I've gotten. Yeah. Okay. I think we're done with what I've been playing. This weekend, I'll probably beat that last Sniper Elite Resistance map. I'll probably play more Warriors Abyss. I want to get back into that Mech Warrior 5. I found it really fun, but it's just like, since I'm playing Sniper Elite, let me just finish that. All right. Every move character has their own use. Some are best for dealing with hordes, while others are best at dealing with the commanders. Good point. So the character I was using yesterday had a lot of wide clearing moves, but I would have trouble with the commanders, and so I'd have to rely on my dodging a lot or the special attack. So that's pretty neat. I think these games are way deeper than I understand at first. That happens a lot. Okay, here's the real reason why there's issues in the video game industry. That is all I need to set this up with. EA CEO Andrew Wilson earned 260 times more than the company's median worker last year. Yeah, I don't know what to say other than when you see that and then you see issues with the industry, I'm pretty sure we can make a correlation. So, yeah, but man, with a lot of these people, it's all about short term. So it doesn't matter. It's like they do know a lot of practices end up messing up the industry. I mean, so like he earned 30 million. Look, you could make me the CEO of EA and pay me $1 million a year. Probably 500,000. Well, I guess I don't know what it takes. Can't say I know what it takes, but the more I've lived, the more I've been involved with people, all different types of companies, CEOs, executives. A lot of it is a facade. If you're just good at commanding, if you're good at presenting, if you're good at saying things, you can be $100 million CEO or something. It's very interesting. And what I'm trying to say, and this is almost like a motivational thing, is I think anyone watching this right now is capable of anything. I really think so. It's just you put your mind to it, you enjoy it, and you be honest and nice about it. And it's like this. Sometimes you see these people, oh man, these guys are CEOs of these companies. They're probably so much smarter than me. And no. And in another place I learned that, it was behind the scenes in a lot of Hollywood, where if a movie's being made, there's the execs and there's the creators. Whoever happens to be the loudest but most listenable, like people are like, oh yeah, what is he saying? Like Quentin Tarantino is that type, where he can get any movie made because people want to listen to him. He's excited when he talks. He makes you like, oh yeah, let's make this movie. But you get someone like Gareth Edwards, he's very reserved. He's very quiet. And you notice a lot of his movies get a lot of studio interference. From what I've learned, the people who tend to make this much also tend to live excessively lavishly. Yeah, and I wonder then, is that a chicken and the egg thing? Like, is it where you get to that point and then you just have to keep up that lifestyle, or do you want that lifestyle so you're willing to be a facade that is required? Because Andrew Wilson, like, is this guy a gamer? I don't know. And that's what I'm saying. Like, instead of his hobby, enthusiasm being of gaming, it's of being of a commanding but maybe inspiring force. And while that could be a good thing, if people are listening to you because you're just commanding and inspiring and not because you have good ideas, that's when you get issues. Like, this guy gets a lot of money, but EA has a lot of layoffs. Their games don't turn out to, like, critically. For instance, like the latest Dragon Age, most fans are going to say that's the worst Dragon Age game, or they totally botched it. So it's very interesting. Um, this one of the few times I say spread the wealth and place a cap on the exec pay. Yeah, I completely agree with this sort of thing. In fact, even today, I kind of felt that when there's this action figure that I had pre-ordered. It's a Batman action figure, but it's by this company called like 16 Kid or In Art. Maybe it's anyway. When I go to buy the action figure, like there is a tariff charge of $4. And I was like, that's not bad. But at the same time, if that is going to help maybe even out some like supply chain stress, I'm fine with paying that. You know what I mean? Like, I really think there should be more JamKLX of what you're saying, where people are working together about the resources, spreading out, make it where everyone can get what they want. Yeah, and it can happen. I know executives are. You know what? I think Capcom is the example. Capcom, and we're going to talk about what they announced recently, but Capcom is just an awesome company. You know, when you see them come out with cool games, I feel like they always respect the player. Even though, people complained about Resident Evil 6, I liked the direction it went, and I think it made sense for that time. Um, I know executives are important, but I feel like it gets overblown over those actually on the ground creating the thing. Yeah, exactly. And I've seen it myself. I see it. There's even, when I'm working with other companies and there's initiatives we have to get done, but we can't get them done because there's like this kind of bureaucracy. Well, this guy hasn't been available. I have to hear from him first, and we have to get buy-in. So many things I can like pinpoint. Yes, that's why that happened. That's why that happened. Um, I think it's a mix of both. Once you start the lavish lifestyle, you probably won't want to stop. I bet. I'm never a person who thinks billionaires shouldn't exist or eat the rich, but those who take good care of their rank and file are the ones who have love for the. Yeah, that's exactly it. I like that freedom idea that you can go and be this billionaire. But I feel like in life, in all aspects of life, there is a sort of underlying responsibility that, depending on what you get involved in, that you have to sort of take care of. You have to. It's just all of us living together. Anyway, that was a cool little thing how we could talk about gaming, but life and all that. But let's move on a little bit. So here would be a cool reason to have the Switch too, is because Super Mario Strikers is coming to the GameCube library next week. Not that I care necessarily for that game, although that is a cool kind of family type game to have available. But just seeing the GameCube games come out on the Switch too, that is just a cool thing. Don't have the Switch 2 yet. I will get it eventually, but it's just cool that that they're doing that, because I mean, if I got the Switch 2 when it came out, I probably by now might have played enough Mario Kart that I would want another game. So it's cool that along their exclusives, they can have these, emulated games or whatever. So, but if I was going to be serious, I think there's better games on the GameCube earlier in this. I mean, Wario Land would be a really good, pivotal, interesting one, because it's another main character within the Nintendo world, because you got the Donkey Kong game coming out. We just had Mario Kart. It'd be cool to have Wario Land, something like that. Okay, Arc System Works. So they had their own little game showcase announcement thing. I'm a fan of them due to the sort of expression that comes out of their games, and it's mainly like the fighting games. Loved the music. I mean, Guilty Gear, I feel like, has some of the best music in gaming next to Castlevania. So they have this game called Damon and Baby. I don't know too much about it. I'm just looking at it right now. An action game, not a fighting game, made by the developers at Arc System Works. This is the tale of the Demon King who was cursed to never be able to part from a human child. The journey to release the curse begins. More info to come. So, okay, that looks actually pretty cool. If you guys see on the screen, we're kind of seeing the graphics and all that. I like that. For some reason, I think it was going to be some serious game, but this has some cool, fun elements to it. And it looks very unique. I can't say I've seen anything like that before. So pretty cool. You know what? They did announce other stuff, but I couldn't find it. I think they announced that Double Dragon Revive is going to be on the Switch now. I want to say yeah, here it is. Announces a game I wouldn't play. Interactive adventure game, Dear Me, I Was, for Switch 2. So to me, this seems like that like art piece. They're like, okay, we've made these games that are making money. Let's make something that's very, I don't know, specific. Because yeah, look at the art. I mean, it's a very unique experience, especially coming from Arc System Works. This might not necessarily be played by someone that's playing a fighting game. So it's really cool that they're diversifying the type of experiences that can come from that studio. I think it's a lot of the same. Oh, that. Anyway, this doesn't look like anything I would play. Pretty cool that Arc System Works is doing that. Okay. Okay, this looked pretty interesting. Bubble Bobble Sugar Dungeons, only because this is old school gaming. And under Arc System Works. Kind of like with Double Dragon. It's pretty neat that they're kind of keeping up with that. So this is probably going to be a fun game if you guys haven't played a Bubble Bobble game. It's old school, just kind of fun, puzzly, Tetris-y. I guess it really depends. Platforming. That's pretty neat. I think it's good to see stuff like this, bringing back the old stuff, kind of keeping it current. I totally appreciate that. Okay, so the Capcom thing, I would say in general, I didn't really care about it too much, but at the same time, it's almost in a spot where Capcom's just like, hey guys, here's the cool stuff we make, and then here's the other cool stuff. Like it's almost like they're delivering all the time, so there's not any surprises. For instance, showing more of the new Resident Evil Requiem and the character, that looks cool. That game Pragmata, it looks pretty cool because there was like this mix of like shooting and hacking. The gameplay that they showed for that looked very interesting. And again, that's just another reason I think Capcom is a cool developer, because they are continuing to come out with new and different things like that. It's probably down here, that Kitsune. That's a Japanese word. Well, I see it here. Yeah. Kunitsugami, Path of the Goddess New, which that was a pretty cool game. It's like an RTS, and I was playing it last year on Game Pass. It is really cool. I just did not continue with it, and I almost feel bad. Anyway, there's some Street Fighter stuff too. Monster Hunter Wilds, free update. I still haven't got to play this yet. I kind of want to before the year ends. But with Street Fighter, they getting Sagat August 5th, which I didn't realize he wasn't even in it. I guess I never really played him much. But also, they've confirmed Jason Momoa is playing Blanca in the Street Fighter movie, and 50 Cent is playing Balrog. It makes me think 50 Cent actually won't be in it a lot, or Balrog won't be in it a lot. Not that I've never seen, and I could be wrong, and there's maybe some out there, but 50 Cent as an actor, even like an aggressive boxing actor, so it might be just more like a cameo style thing. Let's see. Oh, the cousins love that game. Yep. But yeah, I would say I'm more of a Busta Move. I like Street Fighter 6, getting swimsuits, and Ari Reckon finally getting Ari Outbreak. Oh, really? Because they're adding that sort of game mode to it or something. Okay. Here's what we're gonna do next. I'm gonna play a game that I bought and didn't play because there's so many things on sale. There's actually two games I wanted to show you guys. I don't know if we'll have time. We're gonna start with this first one. All right. This one's called Megacopter. It seems like it's gonna be good. It looks like Desert Strike, which there's that something hot. I forget what it's called. I played the demo of that. Did I even talk about playing the demo of that? I don't even think it showed up on my Exophase. To be fair, Blanca isn't especially important in the lore, and Balrog is sort of the jobber of Bison's generals. He'd be likely a bit role, but 50 Cent has short. He did. Yeah, I remember the video games. That's right. Oh, I knew the Ashcroft connection. I didn't. Okay. Oh no, is it not showing, guys? Give me a second. Oh, Oh, it's gonna do that thing. Watch. I click into the game and then it. Oh, give me 1 second. I have an idea. I'm gonna try. I almost don't feel like this would do it, but I'm just gonna try. Now, I think one time when I did this, it messed up everything. Oh, no. Yeah, there we go. So it's basically what I've found out. And let me click back into the game. And actually, I can probably change the resolution just for the sake of this. Okay. Megacopter. I turn off... Oh, no, it's still doing it. Hold on. Let me do something else. Since I can... Nope, not doing that. Okay. If this works, we'll go with this. Even though that is kind of annoying, isn't it? Okay. This actually looks really bad on my end. It looks so much better on the screen there. Okay. Oh, yeah, by the way, Meld did, you know, the studio, the thing I'm using to stream, did explain that they know there's an issue with some games not, actually, let me do this. With some games not being able to full screen properly, but I just want to show you guys the gameplay and then we'll... Wow, there's not even like a... You know how they... You asked for me, sir. Let's see. Yeah, I know. I'm actually, as soon as the game starts, I'm gonna... Oh, here we go. Wait, no, I don't want to do that. Let's go to tutorial. Let's launch. I do like how they're doing the graphics. Okay, let me, real quick... There we go. I think this is going to be better. That's kind of annoying. I can probably do hide taskbar. Where's that at? Okay, I'm not going to spend my time, but at least I got this. Okay. Also, I have HDR turned on, and this game isn't made for HDR. Computer gaming. Annoying. All right. So far, love the controls. Twin stick shooter. Y is to pick up, which is the same in that other helicopter game. So I don't know if they all work together for the controls. That's a joke. Okay. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. So it's gonna go by your shadow. And then do a little. Okay, I gotta destroy 10 things. Wait, air and ground. Ooh, I like that idea. Oh, wait, no. So I will say the controls are fantastic. It feels really smooth and fun to play. There's a little bit of momentum, like as you're moving around. Okay, let's get the air targets. Fun. Okay, now go to the helipad. Yeah, and I think this was on sale for $3. I mean, I feel like I'm always, if it's something's under $10 and it looks cool, even if I only get an hour out of that, I think that's pretty neat. Because it's an experience, you know. Let's do it. Okay. Oh, you know what? I did not look at any of those, and I have the game, but I didn't look at any of the swimsuits, I guess. Would I get back into Street Fighter 6? It was an interesting time I had with it. Okay, So it's interesting because I like that this game exists, and then that other one, Cleared Hot, is the other one. Oh wait, I pressed the wrong button. Because to me, this is like the crazy version. You know, if someone played Desert Strike so much, they're like, okay, let's make my own crazy one. Whereas the Cleared Hot is very standard, more physicsy. Interesting. Oh, I don't know what that was all about, but something happened. Okay, oh, you hack a tower to get the map reveal. I guess somewhat. Oh, it shows like the red on the map. Oh, cool. There's like a mech suit, dude. I wonder if I can shoot the gas. It looks like it's a gas station. But... Oh. Whoa, missile. And then I guess, yeah, that's like some armor I can pick up. He was shooting. Okay, the aim thing is weird because you have your helicopter in the middle, but sometimes it goes down, and then the cursor, it's on the outside of the screen. So it's almost like you have to play the game on the sides. It's kind of weird. Although I'm gonna say I totally like this. It's less physicsy than a standard Desert Strike. Cleared Hot. Okay, that worked out good. Oh, lots of good stuff there. And I gotta go soon. It is that time, but let me see what I can finish up here. So it seems like the cursor will lock on. It makes it easier. But like even then, it's like I killed the guy next to him, but then the cursor's out there. I'll see if the game has some sort of thing to adjust that, because I feel like that takes away control. It's almost like a bad auto lock-on system. Destruction. Oh. Okay, so this whole time I had these missiles. Oh. But that's so LB and RB. We'll change that. Digging the music too. It's got that Okay. I really do have to go, but this is really cool. Megacopter, Blades of the Goddess. All right. Well, guys, that was a fun Friday of gaming, but I've got work to do, and I'll be back Monday with another Blue Gamer Bluecast. Curious to see what I end up playing this weekend. It's pretty old school, like it was a Sega Genesis 3-track CD exclusive game. Yeah, that's what I like about it. It's pretty cool like that. But all right, I'm gonna head out, guys. This was a lot of fun. We'll talk later.